All right, guys, we are in the final stages here of plugging away on this thing. Um, I had my kid play it a bunch today. I put it on another machine here in the house, and had my son play it for a little bit. He was actually really freaked out and terrified. He had to turn all the lights on in the basement here when he went upstairs, and that to me is a good thing. Um, it wasn't my goal to terrify my kid, but I'm not going to say it's a bad thing that the creepy environment I made terrified my kid, and so it's a win, I guess. Um, what's up? What's up? So one of the things that I noticed, most of you who play tested for me yesterday, most of what you guys had to say was performance based, and that you're getting a lot of lag. And I guess this is one of the downsides of working on a machine with a higher end video card. And I mean, my computer's 2 months old, so it's got fairly decent specs on it compared to, I guess, what most people have. And as a result, I've been kind of tailoring this game to work on my machine. However, I was also in you guys having these issues. It kind of gave me the ability to go in and tweak something here. So I'll show you what I've added. This is just on the main page here. I've now got a quality settings section here that you can actually go and nerf the settings, low, medium, and high. In Unreal, this is an insanely easy thing to do. This is actually done, there is a scalability setting in here. If you go to your settings for your project here and you go down to engine scalability, you have the means of going low, medium, high, epic, which is where I was building it, and cinematic, which is actually even a step above what I'm doing. So my mask project, for instance, would be set to cinematic, where there's not meant to be any gameplay there. It's just meant to be captured. And so that's where I would want to choose that. But I've been building it in the epic range, and that seems to have boggled most people's machines here into working. And so what I've done is added a I'll show you this in my widget here. It's a really easy thing to do, but I added my 3 new buttons, and then some text above it that tells you what these are for. And those are just linked to this little bit of script here. So the low button, the medium button, and the high button. So by default, it is on Epic. And then what we do is we get the game user settings, which is the INI file. We set the overall quality here to level 1, level 2, level 3, and then just apply those settings. And that's it, man. That'll fix all of the issues. Now, it is worth noting that I'm going to go here, play this. I get an insane frame rate on here when I play on the lowest quality settings in the world. So this is the world here set on low, and it is a massive amount of frame rate I get. Now you're going to see these little white flashes that occur on occasion. And they are being caused by, right there, they're being caused by the roughness in some materials getting nerfed a little bit, and that's kind of the result of that, is you get these little bright pops. And it's funny because they're on things that actually aren't even reflective. But yeah, those happen on occasion. The other issue that I have with things being in the lowest subdivision level is this. The cloth is not dynamic, and so that's less than ideal. But it is what it is. And so yeah, so I'm actually quite pleased with that. I still have the scalability set. It was still set to medium there. Yeah, that was my bad. I went in and out. Let's try that. So I'll go to the medium settings here. You can see that I get an error when I jump down to low or medium. And what this is that it's telling me that I've got too many textures in my world, at least for these settings. And that's because these settings are meant for kind of lesser games. And so I'm gonna need to hide that. I've also got a it says fake there. So anyway, this is on medium. And I get some I think I'm at 80 or 90 frames a second when I run medium on my card. And so my assumption is that this is what most people are going to play. Wow. It turns off, yeah. It turns off anything that's kind of not really needed. Kills a bunch of the post-process performance. You can see I've got a fair amount of fog in the world here. Kind of adding to the misty, kind of dirty basement look. All of that gets nerfed as well and removed. And so I think this is going to work. I'll be able to have, essentially with this setup, anybody will be able to play it here. So the scalability is on high. I'm going to bounce it back up to epic. And you can actually see, so here's one of the things that changes when I do that. Let me go here. If we look at the lighting here, and I change my settings, scalability, and we go to high, you'll see the lighting changes in all of these areas. And that's because we're losing a lot of the really good shadowing. So if you look at this guy, you can see that there's no shadowing from the candle anymore. And so it does drastically change the way things look, but you can if you want. The reason that system exists is just for the emailing purpose. So what happens, I'm going to go put this back on Epic here. So what happens at the end of the game is, if I go to my widgets here and ending, so that's not what I want. It's the blueprint ending. This guy. Hey, what's up, Harsh? So yeah, so if I go to the ending here, I've got a system that actually emails the students and emails myself the cards. And if you choose the I'm not a student option, then it takes this upper branch. And what that's going to do is, you can see it ignores emailing me. So if you just want to play the games and you want to get the cards, it'll choose this other route for you. And thus won't worry about emailing me all of the cards that you collect in the game. At one point, I think I might come back and revisit this and actually make an inventory of the cards so that you can actually go and collect them all and view them in the game. But because it's not part of what I'm doing here, I don't really have a need to do that. And so anyway, so that was the first thing I wanted to get done, was to get that done. My son also found a bunch of collision bugs. He was walking through stuff left, right, and center. It was kind of neat to watch him go through it, because his goal was to find all 50 totems, and he was counting them as he was going. And he actually found more than 50, which confused him. But that's because I've actually placed several of the totems more than once. So there are some characters that I kind of want the students to make more than others. And as a result, that's there. So yeah, so the reason I put that in, Nick, was because I'm going to be submitting this to Epic for their little what people are working on in Unreal. I thought I would submit this to that, because it is, I mean, it's a fairly complete project. In fact, I was kind of playing around with the idea of, this thing is all built. I've got an entire map here and all of these things that you can do. I thought it might be cool to go in at one point and unbarricade the stairs and make the door at the top locked and turn this into like an escape room puzzle. Throw it on Steam for $2 and see if it goes. Because again, like the modeling's done, and I got a kid walking around picking things up. It would just be about setting up a bunch of puzzles and letting that go. But I thought that might be kind of fun. But anyway, it is kind of at a state here where I'm getting pretty close. Let's see what you got, Nick. I got the email here. Oh, you found the Etten, did you? So you picked up the two-headed book here somewhere. There it is. So yeah, Nick. So were you in my class for this character class for this session? You would be working on a two-headed creature for the duration of the course, and so that's how the system works. You get the email, a selection is made, and yeah, you're able to go in and do that. Yeah, I love that. Was one of the things that really bothered me. So I don't know if you remember this, Nick, but in your class when we were doing the Overwatch characters, I had to go through and write everybody's name down and write down what they were getting, as well as ask you guys to do it. Right? I made an Excel sheet and was doing it, and I mean that worked, but I wanted the whole system to be automated. Um, and so, I wanted to make sure that you play the game, you get notified of what it is that you're making. I get notified of what it is that you're making. And I do have like there are some things that I want to do in terms of game character selection game 4.0. There are some ideas I have of turning that around into something else. Something that I wouldn't have been able to do this round, but hopefully in the future something we can do is I'd love to do. I don't know if you know this. The little games that they have you play at the cinema when you go see a movie, and there's like trivia, and everybody can pull out their phone and play the trivia. I would like to make a game that is interactive like that, so the students can download the app, and I have the game up on the board, and the students are all able to interact with the game through their phones, and have some kind of interactive system like that where they pick their characters, and then it actually just shows up on their phone what their character is. And so that is kind of another idea I've had of moving this forward. But yeah, I'm digging where it is right now. There's a few things here that bother me, but because I'm at a point where performance is starting to become an issue, it's not something I'm going to mess around with. So I've got here, I've got a fair chunk of empty shelves, which still bothers me. I wanted to have a lot more clutter in here. And it's not feeling cluttered enough to me. And so, it would have been nice, I think, to get a little bit more out of this so that it did feel a little bit busier. I'm also at a point where in putting in, so I've got some spider webs here, some cobwebs that I put in, and they being transparency textures are really pooching the performance. And so I'm at a point where I don't think I can add too much more of that. I do want to try and I'm going to go into the other world here, the other map, and go to lit. So the only other thing that I want to check on here is that it's still feeling really dark to me, and a lot of the walking on candles were fun. Yeah. It still is feeling really dark to me, and that I feel like it makes some of the totems hard to find. And so I thought what I might do is throw a skylight in. I went and deleted them all yesterday. But I thought I might go in here and add a skylight. Now that I've got a good chunk of the map done, I can actually take a proper bake of this. Yeah, I know exactly. Your machine's pretty close to what I'm running here. And it was around it was when it started dipping dipping below 60 frames a second on my machine that I was like, yeah, time to maybe stop adding and start cleaning up. And so I haven't spent a lot of time on performance, and I know there's a bunch of things that I could probably clean up. I'm doing a bunch on tick, which is going to tank the performance in one way or another. I'm also like, I'm really heavy on the post processes here. If I go to the post process volume, this guy here, oh, he's actually not doing anything. You know what? We're going to kill the post process volume. That'll speed up performance. The exponential height fog is definitely tanking some of the performance. When I hide it, I gain about 30 frames a second out of this, and so it's crazy how much that affects things. Let me pop on. Just gonna run my my frame count here. So just in the editor, I'm at 30 frames a second here. If I back up so that I'm getting as much of the map in here as I can, you can see that it kind of flirts with 30 and whatnot. And when I turn the exponential height fog on, it definitely drops below 30. And so this is one of those things that is super responsible for performance here. I'm up at 40, 50 frames a second over here. I turn it back on. Oh, turn it back on. And again, we drop down 10 to 15 frames a second. I get down to about 20 frames a second from this angle. And so the exponential height fog is one of those things that, like, it's making it more visible. It's making the whole map a little bit more identifiable, but, you know. Yeah, exactly the same in terms of, like, what I teach in terms of how you make a character doesn't change, but the themes and what we do for those characters do change. And so, yeah, that's why I'm going this route. I did Overwatch, you know, for 4 classes in a row, and it going a wee bit tiring. And so I would like to get away from that. So I'm going to try and turn off the fog and go into the skylight here. We'll use captured, and oh wow, that guy is doing a lot of performance too. I'm only getting 25 here. Let's delete the skylight. Go back to the exponential height fog. I'm also running at 4K on my machine, and so if I force it down to 1080p, it's actually way better than that. Essentially doubles my frame rate. Yeah, I'm of the same opinion. Especially when you start getting into some areas where, you know, you can start to see. Let's see if I can find one of these places here. There's some places where you can actually see, like, the god rays coming off of candles and stuff like that. Which just, like, man, it looks so cool when you see that I don't want to lose that. I do want to play around with some other lighting things here, though, to see what. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So I'm just getting a lot of dark, and I want to make sure that the totems are visible. I'm gonna go into static meshes, cobwebs. So these are all static meshes. These should all be in totes. All of this. So from here to here, this should all go in. Oh, that is in static meshes. Okay, just close static meshes. Player spawns, blocking volumes. Here's some more static meshes. Gonna try and get a little bit more organized here. Blueprints, all my pickups and my shelves. These are all blueprints. Fiddle case. And this is all static mesh. Okay, let me go take a look for light. What's going on? Oh, they're blueprints. That's what I did. Where's this? Top of the stairs. And this one? Top of the stairs. Okay, so I think those two lights, I'm going to make static. And we'll build the lighting. Let's see if this is any better. I actually had to remove my reflection capture actors as well. Not because it was harming performance, but no matter what and how many times I built them, no matter what I did to them, I kept getting the error that they weren't built. And so I pulled them out. I don't have too much that's reflective in this world, so I'm not concerned about it, not entirely. The other thing that I might do is globally bring my texture resolution down one notch. And see if I can't gain a little bit of performance there. The other thing that I want to do, and I'll try this tonight, I want to pull out all the content I'm not using. There's all the startup content and a bunch of stuff that's in my project here that isn't necessary, and I'd like to minimize how big this thing is for students to download. I've got the it's under 2 gigs right now, the RAR file, but it is definitely one of those things that, you know, if I can get it down to a gig or so with everything included, I might feel a little bit better about that. So the idea here with bringing the resolution of everything down, essentially I select all the textures that I want to nerf, right click and go to asset actions, and we are going to oh, it's not here. Thought it was in asset actions. Yeah, I don't actually see it here. I can go see where they're being used. So you can see these are all 2K textures. And you know, for a lot of this, they don't have to be. I could probably bring many of them down in size, you know, drop them down a single. Let me show you how this works. So with one of these textures here, in the LOD section here, you have your LOD bias, which tells you what resolution you're using. So right now, this was imported at 2K by 2K, and it's currently being displayed at 2K by 2K. The max in-game resolution is 2K by 2K. So if I bring this thing up one notch there, you'll see that the max in-game resolution is now 1024 by 1024. And so what that does is it now clamps what that texture can do in terms of its LODs, which is cool, right? That's I'm now down a quarter of texture memory from what I was before. It would be nice to be able to, let's not do that, put this back to 0. It would be nice to be able to globally do that, which is what I thought you could do in the asset actions, was to be able to select all of your textures and do that. You do want to make sure when you're doing that kind of stuff, though, that you don't do what I've done here and have a bajillion materials and a bajillion textures all over the place. Because the more you do that, the slower things get and what have you. And so, are these guys 4K? 512? No, I already nerfed these down. So I'm looking at some of the assets that I brought in that are just, might be larger than I wanted them to be. That's 2K for the box. Yeah, so I'm going to bring all these guys down. This is just the cardboard box here. Which is actually a little bit more of an expensive material than I would have liked. But it is what it is. So we'll go and put a 1 in here. And save. Go in here and put a 1. You can see this too, like I'm not losing a lot doing this. This is one of the aspects of game development that is definitely a lot easier if you're working on a console, where you don't have to worry too much about variation in what people are using. You know, it's just one system. Don't wanna fall in love. And see if those guys are noticeably ugly. So this is the only box I'm really worried about because he was really big. But no, he looks fine. I mean, he's really freaking dark, but he looks fine. Oh, why is my performance being tanked so much? Oh, well, I'm baking. We'll do some of it. Are you 1024? Yeah, see, this should be 1024 here as well. So yeah, so I've just got a bunch of these things that would be nice to like nothing there. Strange will desire make foolish bold. Candle, don't be 2K. Okay, 1024. I'm gonna bring the candle down a lot. I'm gonna go down 2. So now he's 256 in game. Again, the candle's a really small asset. And, you know, while I lose some quality in doing this, I don't think I'm going to lose enough. People aren't going to be inspecting the candles up close. Oh, and this guy. This is another thing, too, that where I'm working on this for production. This image here, which is the thickness of the candle, which I'm using for the subsurface. This should be in the alpha channel, one of these other images. This is where having a technical director is super important, because they are the ones that kind of manhandle this and make sure that it's doing the right thing. Why can't I see you? Cancel my light build here. So I doubled my frame rate. Bam, 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 bam. So this guy should be a 2. The hat is a smaller asset. It just occurred to me too. I've got duplicates of these textures in here because I have more than one hat in the game. Whenever. This too, another black and white image, should be in the Here I stay. So this is the carrot. Again, really small mesh. LOD. I'm not gonna force this thing to be 2K. I give up. Why give in? It never ends. I can go on. Answer that. It never ends. So I'll throw another build out. I know the one that on the Discord channel there is still getting some views. I've been getting emails as people play it and pick up shit. And I think I'll replace it with another build here at some point during the evening, as I get this to a point where it's a little bit further along. How big did I make these things? 4K? Are you mental? Why would you do that? I mean, it has to do with the resolution of these things, but holy shit, man. Why give up? Why give in? There. 4K to 512. Desolate. This guy too. I'm going to go from 1024 to 512. It's a fairly small mesh. So hopefully making games for PS5 and all the new hotness with the systems might be looking a little bit better than this. So these guys too, that shouldn't be 2K. I'm gonna pop that down. This is just cellophane. I don't need 2K resolution for cellophane. A smarter artist would have done this while he was creating things. But I didn't have a smarter artist. I only had me. Why give up? Why give in? It never ends, and we go on until the end. So I'm nerfing down the cardboard box here for one of the characters, but I'm going to not nerf everything. There's a lot of very small detail that is already being crunched in the base color. To the point that, you know, a lot of the text isn't legible anymore. Not that I want it to be legible on screen, but it just doesn't have to be. But there's no point in nerfing that. I can leave one larger texture there. A final fight I win. That's good. That's really good. 1024 for a piece of wadded up bubblegum. Must be out of my goddamn mind. This thing will look good at any resolution. Do. Hero prop. What the hell's a hero prop? Oh, that's the girl. This is 4K? 512. So yeah, we're gonna not 4K this. Let's do 2. Let's bring it down to 1024. I wish I knew what it was like. Not that it matters. She's in a map that does run really well. She's getting culled out of the way. Yeah, that's the goal here, is to get to that point, right, where I made the Hutch 4K. Taking it for granted. This is one of the bigger meshes, which is why I probably went 4K. I wish I knew what it was like. Can't lose resolution in that. I am machine. That's already 512. 2K. He's fine. Just feel something. What's the toilet paper? I'm gonna nerf the toilet paper. Not gonna look as good, but I'm gonna leave the normal map at its resolution. Becoming, wish I could just feel something. Okay. Mutant. Bring that down. Bring it down. I am machine, I'm asleep by my eyes. Close that. Wishes I could just feel something. I'll bring the papyrus down too. This seems like a foolish one because most of the papyrus textures, I don't see anything in this normal map. I know there's something there. I just don't see it. Most of the papyrus is rolled up, and so most of that texture doesn't get seen. Lantius 2K. You're fine at 2K. The pumpkin 2K. It's probably fine. Actually, let's bring that down. And we'll see. I mean, this will take a big chunk out of my memory, and the memory overload here shouldn't be a thing anymore. The ram skull. That's good. Close that. Close that. One more. Okay. Ram skull. The ring. So, yeah, this guy's got to go down. I got a 4K by 2K for one of the smallest assets in here. That's 2K by 1K. That might be mental. Yeah, we're going to go 1K by 512. Now, granted, you can see the ring pretty close up on screen, but at the same time, man, that's a crazy resolution. I'm gonna go take a look to make sure that this doesn't screw up the ring. Actually, here, let's just look at the material. I'm just worried about the the writing becoming illegible. I think it's okay. Okay, that was the one ring to rule them all. The sulfur should be 2K. It is. It's doing double duty, so that's fine. This is the tarp, which is 2K, 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 2K. I'm going to bring this down because I do not need 2K pixels on this thing. These are tiling materials of the tarp. And so they don't need to be that high res anyway. And so I'm going to bring them down to 512. Now, the downside about this is that it doesn't change the size of the project. I'm still in memory. I still have the LOD there. And so that's not ideal. That's fine. The toad is that's going to go down. This is also, and I find a lot of students do this when I see their modeling. It's a pit trap that many modelers fall down. Is that when you're texturing something or you're looking at something that you're working on and you've got it full screen and you're orbiting around it, looking at every nook and cranny on this model, trying to make sure it's perfect, you're looking at it in a very unrealistic way compared to what it's going to look like in a game engine. And as a result, oh, this is trap. Yeah, this guy can go down too. And so you end up looking at this thing in a way that no one is ever going to see it, you know? Looking at the rust on the head of a bolt on an object that will never be full screen. You know, you're doing yourself a disservice in doing that. And it's important to look at things in relation to what they're going to look like in the game, and so that's important too. Those are fine. The wash bin is 2K. Let's bring that down. Reusing materials is a good thing to do as well. I haven't got me a whole lot of reused materials, and so it would be good if I did that. For instance, this material, which is really standard, right? It's the 3 inputs, color, normal, ARM. All of the materials that I have that use this material should be using the same material. That reduces the compile time, but it's not what I'm doing. I have started doing that here. This is my werewolf folder, and you can see there's a ton of materials in here. These are all instances of the werewolf material, and that's because I started getting to the point where I was being a little bit more cautious with what I was doing. I just want to see what I'm looking at here. Yeah, 2K is fine for that. 1K is fine for that. These are all 1K. Ooh, yeah, those don't need to be 1K. Bring that down. Bring that down. So this is the monocle for the Cyclops, which again is a tiny little asset that you don't see very large on screen. This guy can go down. And I think even just what I've done here, just going through these things in this way, will increase performance quite a bit. Now, ideally, when you make a project, right, you don't want to have to spend too much time optimizing. It's nice if you can kind of stay within the realm of where things should be, without having to then go and tweak all your stuff. 2. This is a Zippo lighter. Again, no reason this should be 2K. I'm breaking a lot of the rules that I tell students. What do we got? A flashlight. Yeah, that's 2K for the flashlight. That's going to get dropped down to 512 as well. Mainly black texture. So this should save a bunch. These are fine. 4 spirit. This. That's good. Don't be 2K. Damn it. Ice cube tray that I made 2K. Goodness gracious me. I should not have done that. The chainsaw, that's fine. The mirror is fine. The bull is fine. This thing's pretty small too. It's already 1024. That's probably good. Reptilius. Oh, this the nunchucks. Yeah, they're good there. Reptilius. That's the guitar. 2K, 2K, 2K. I'm going to bring the guitar down to 512. It's not even interactable, so having a 2K texture on something just in the background, not a hell of a lot of point in doing that. Oh, what is wrong with that texture? Let me go double check with that thing. What is going on here? Do I have something in my alpha channel? No. My padding is all gone. Very bizarre. Shelf bracket 512 is fine. Strings 512. I'm gonna nerf these two. These are, oh, that's stupid. Hey, I can't live in here for another day. These are the tiling textures that go on the guitar strings. Can't see the guitar, you're sure as hell not going to see that thing. Doctor's bag at 2K. Let's bring this down one. Real as ever. Okay. What do we got here? The toy. He's probably fine. What the hell is this? That's the monocle. I think I'm gonna reduce this down. The troll bat I'll reduce as well. On and on and on. I can't live in here for another day. Real as ever. Walkie-talkie, 256. And then the actual werewolf bowl, we're going to bring those down too. Real as ever. I've been buried alive. Okay. That's the werewolf folder. The window well, this should be... I can reduce all of these. We're going to go down. There's not a lot of detail in this thing. And again, it's a very unimportant mesh that is out of the way. So we'll clean that up. We'll see what this does to performance. This is my my very quick gravel texture that's in the base of the wheel well. And again, not something you can even see in the map. You've got to get the camera. Oops, that's a material. Got to get the camera right in exactly the right place in order to see this. So nerfing all of this stuff is a very quick and easy fix. So I'm going to see about... I'm a little worried about this Python script that is meant to remove all the unused content. And so what I'm going to do, what my goal here is I'm going to duplicate my project. Yeah, this guy can run down too. I'm going to bring the script into the duplicate project and worry about that there. I'll go see what that did to these shelves here. Where's one that we can actually see up close? Ooh. Doesn't quite read like wood so much no more. Wooden shelves, and then finally the zombie. I'll bring this down to... No, you know what? I'm going to leave the brain alone. I'm going to leave the brain alone. Okay. Let's turn off the FPS here. It's driving me nuts. Having that on screen is... I feels like it's cursing me. Like, no matter what I do, I'm not going to get it to drop down. So I'm going to save all here. And I'm going to close the project. Okay. So I'm going to go and duplicate my project here. I'm going to do this off screen. And just by cloning it. And what I'm going to do, let's say copy here. Screw off AVG. So we're going to let this, the project copy. You can see it's 25.5 gigs that I've got in this project. So we're going to let this thing go. And I'm going to go take a look for this Python script that should clean up the files I don't want. UE4 clean unused files from project. I'll see if I can find the script that does this. Because I don't actually need those things, right? So here's a forum post in which somebody asked essentially the same question. They've got a much bigger project than I have, but again, my project is fairly small. I've got a single room full of textures, and I'm at 25 gigs. And so, you know, this stuff does bloat up. Necessary. It's already inside. Clean up my assets, please. Migrate everything that's being used. Yeah, I don't want to do it that way. No. Thought it was in here. Diversity is real. Christian, are you still there? There it is. Okay. I'm going to grab this script and go make myself a new Python script here that I'll run on my duplicate project to see if it's something that can be used. So I want to put this Python script somewhere that is going to be useful to me. I'm going to put it in my documents, and I'm going to create a new folder here, which I'll just call Python scripts. And we're going to create a new text document. And in here, I'm just going to paste the code. I don't need any of this. So yeah, we'll save that. And I'm going to rename this clean unused assets .py. And yes, that should be now a Python script. So in 1 minute, I'll be able to go in 40 seconds. I'll be able to go bounce and try this in my Cabin of the Woods copy. Wow, it went from 40 seconds to 13 minutes. It must have hit some big files there at the end. So I don't know how many of you've seen this. I know it's a bunch, because it's been emailed to me a bunch. But the Thundercats intro, I've been pondering this for quite some time, and I think the Thundercats intro is going to kill my want to do my mask one right now. I think because he beat me to the punch in redoing an 80s intro, that I'm less interested in doing mine. My project will have less of a wow factor, because somebody else has already done it. Even though the quality of what I was doing was lining up to be higher than the quality of the Thundercats one. I don't feel like it's going to be seen in a good light because someone already did one. That the uniqueness of the project being gone is going to hurt me. And so, as sad as that is, I think that might be the nail in the coffin of Mask. Which, it is what it is. I've had to kill many a project before that. That was just one of those things that I thought was not going to be a thing. And so, anyway, it is what it is. So this is the duplicate project. I'm currently in something called Cabin in the Woods, but this is Cabin in the Woods copy. And so we're gonna go try this Python script here and see if it works. So I'm gonna execute a Python script, go to my documents, and go to Python scripts and choose that guy. And we're gonna see what this thing does, both to the size of this project, but also I just want to make sure that the damn thing works. I can't have it. I don't want it to clear out shit that I'm using, and so we'll see what the end result is here. Not sure how long it'll take to do its thing. It's been a couple of seconds here, and we're at 20% or so. So Christian, yeah, the reason I was asking you if you were there, are you still working on the same laptop? Is that still the same machine you're running on? Because I would love to get a build of this to you if that's the case, and see how it runs on your laptop with my different levels that you can choose. Cool. Well, let me go through this because this will help shrink my project down if it works and does what it's meant to do. Let me see if the project folder is actually getting any smaller. Let me go check its properties here. So far, it has not shrunk in any way. Oh yeah, no, it totally has. Holy shit on a stick. That's not right. So it went from 25.5 gigabytes down to 25.1. It looks like 200 files were culled. So it did shrink it. What the hell? I don't know that it shrank it enough. Engine content, animations, art tools, render to texture. And yeah, I guess all that stuff's being used. C++ classes. Huh. So that folder should not be in use. It is being referenced by the third-person character, which is fine. So I'm going to delete that. And then let me run that script again. Sleep. And now that you're here. Yeah, see, a bunch of this stuff I'm not using. The starter content. What is this? See, none of that's being used anywhere. The architecture not being used. Blueprints. None of that's being used. Starter map, minimal default. Like, what the hell, man? Not using any of the particles. Yeah, forced delete. I'm gonna see how small I can get this manually here. So it looks like there were some things that were being referenced in other packages, even though the game wasn't actually using them. Delete the blueprint folder here too. I should have just made this without starter content, because now I'm in the process of deleting it. Yeah, all the blueprints. I've broken all of their blueprints. But again, that shit ain't mine. All right. Yeah, see a bunch of materials. Tell me what you want to do now. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Rolling, 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 rolling. Shit right here. L-I-M-P. Biscuit is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air, because if you don't care, we don't care. So there, that was the whole starter content folder gone. Splash folder's empty. Third person is empty. Third person blueprint is empty. Okay. So that's a lot smaller. I'm going to go double check here. So from 25 gigs, I'm down to 24 in the project. So it made the entirety of the project smaller. I'm going to run the script again because... Really? Doesn't find anything now. Okay. So let me hit save all. And I'm in the persistent. I'm going to play this and actually see if the game is playable here. Because there should be. Whoa! Whoa! What happened? I fixed the lighting problem. Why are all the lights blown out? Is my post-process still here? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. See, this one is fine. I'm gonna go into low. Let's go see what it looks like in low. It's compiling shaders again. So this is at the lowest setting. And again, the game is completely playable. The kid's hair is a little overly shiny in this mode. But like, man, is this like butter. Oh, the post-processing is gone. That's gonna suck a bunch. So the glow on the objects is gone in the lowest level. I gotta check this in the medium view. Medium. Because without that glow, man, holy shit. Oh, fuck a duck. Why are the lights so blown out? It's the eye adaptation that's turned up. Is that the same thing in Epic? Let's go to cinematic. Let's play it in cinematic and see how well it handles. Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. Get some better rhymes. We got the plane sets, so don't complain yet. 24/7 got you begging for the rain check. Wow, so much lag. Let's go to my settings here. Okay, let's keep this on Epic. Wow. I'm going to open the original project again and see if there's something that I broke before copying or if it's something that's unique to the new project. Because I did mess around with a bunch of the post processes. Yeah, there goes my lighting. That's the original project. Why is it so blown out? What did I break? Christian, I blame you. The fuck, man? It looks like it's eye adaptation that's doing it. I'll be able to test this in a second here. So what's going on here is pupillar response, which is a post-processing thing. It's the eye adaptation. And I thought I had it killed. But apparently that's not the case. Wait, there's no post-process volume in here? Okay, then let's go to persistent. And there are 2 in the persistent, which I'm going to delete. Menu has none. Ending has none. Cabin in the Woods has none. Okay, so actually everything should be blown out now. The menu should just get brighter, brighter, brighter? No. The hell is going on? Where's that coming from? I'm actually getting lag in the engine here now. Let's go into my blueprint. That's not needed. It's in here. My camera. Bloom is off. Everything's off. Where's the eye adaptation coming from? Okay. Here's what I don't get when I view this in game mode. So let's turn on the eye adaptation here. Show post-processing eye adaptation. That's what's happening. Love is daughter. And none of this stuff is on. This is where the eye adaptation is. And I'm hoping that by tweaking this stuff, I can stop it from blowing out. Sasha, what the fuck? There's a quote from Face Off. Know it. UE4. Eye adaptation off in all levels. Auto exposure. I don't want auto exposure, I want manual. That's what it is. Okay. So we're there. Let's turn this off, turn that off. I can't edit the brightness there. Okay, so here we go. Manual. These all have to be off. Still too dark. I've got the eye adaptation off. That's the good news. Let's see what else we can do here. We don't want depth of field. I don't want bloom. Exposure. And by switching this to manual, minimum brightness 0.3, maximum brightness 8. Okay, let's bring this to 2 and 0.5. Okay, we'll play this again. Actually, I should be able... Okay. I'm not going to save that. I'm going to go back to the other one. Okay, delete the... Come on. I'm going to delete the post-process volume. I'm going to load the right map, which is persistent, and yeah, we'll save everything. And volumes, post-process volume, unbound, clear this, auto exposure. No. Okay, 2. Late in May. Okay, those guys are not needed. Actually, uses the camera settings. That's what I want. I want to go here. Go to game mode. Go. I lost the map. There it is. Do this. Game mode. Okay. So now I should be able to tweak the kids. Here. I don't need mannequin. Blueprint and this blueprint. Viewport, camera. And what I want to do is just put this so I can see the settings. Come on. Come on, settings. Move this over here too, so I can see the world. Exposure. Okay, 2.5. Manual. Let me play this map. That is really hot still. Yeah, okay. So it's got to be done in the post process. So reset all this. Turn it all off. Compile and close. Okay. Other map. Persistent map. Yeah, save it. Go to the post process. Basic. Holy shit on a stick. It just blew out the light automatically. Okay. Let's try -1. Yeah, that's too bright at -1. Try -4. I think we might be onto something here. -4 is too dark. Do -2. Cut that in half. Let's try that. So that's creepy as fuck. My goodness. I mean, it's cool. If I had a flashlight, this would be the bomb. None of my totems are glowing anymore. I'm gonna have to go double check what's going on with that. Okay, let's see what this does. I think I might have the brightness sorted. That is not the brightness sorted. Okay, so that's working. The glow on the objects is broken now. So I need to go fix that, which is in here. Okay. Okay, so it's not in here. Totally thought it was in there. Let's go check this guy out. This one. You fake. On examine. In focus. Put item back. Construction script. Oh. Somewhere. I have a list of colors. Thought it was in there. No. It's not in that. Are you in here? Assign the creature. Assign the mesh. The construction script. Event graph and on examine. It's not that. That's just the template. Shit, son. You could feel my pain, girl. You could feel my pain. Yeah, I'm not gonna save him. Make me whole again. No, it's in the character. It's in here. I don't need it. In your way. Max distance. Let's bring this down. Don't need that. Just put that here. Here's totem. Event graph. Get usable actor. Usable actor. Pick the usable actor. If it's a usable actor, change examine cursor. Do. Third person HUD. Event graph. Change examination cursor back. This guy. You take away. I feel the same. No, it's only pain. Well, what the shit, son? Oh, why can't I find you? Me insane. There is, in one of these blueprints, something that defines the material on all of these objects, and it adds a glow to them. It was in the post process. That's why there were two post processes. Because I was using one to handle these objects. That's what it was. Okay. 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 I can do this. I can do this. I don't have it anymore. I can't do this. Let's bring this open. This is the instructions for the system I'm using. Now your nightmare comes to life. Okay. Do I still have that? Let's go to content. And I'm looking for... Yeah, it's gone. The price of evil. Yeah. So that's what happened. That's how I broke what was going on. Is I need a material, post-process material. And I did have one, and I broke it. I betcha. So what I did was I deleted the post-process volume that was using this material, and then the Python script deleted it. So this is exactly what I was worried about doing. But me, it's a brainiac. I opened up the original project and deleted it there too. Okay, save all of this. So I'm going to rebuild this material, which isn't the end of the world. It's a fairly simple thing to do. There was just a little bit more going on with it that was of interest to me. It was a really simple material. Let's go remake this. This is going to be pp underscore outline. And we're going to set this to be a post-process material. And we'll start with the scene textile size. We'll create a scalar for the outline thickness. Type correctly. Outline thickness. Let's give this a default value. And then we'll multiply these together. And then we'll take the X and Y values. These are going to be component masks here. And I'll take another one. So that's X, and this one is going to be Y. That's Y. And that's X. Okay, and then we need to put 0 on the opposite end of these. So this makes X a number and Y 0. And then this is going to do the opposite, make X 0 and pull the Y number down. Like so. Then we need to know where on the screen each pixel is. So we get the screen position. And then we're going to add and subtract 1 from every pixel. So we take the append and we add to it the screen position. I think it's pixel position is what I want. And then we do the same thing in reverse. We take the pixel position and subtract that value from it. And then we do the same thing in the reverse order here. So this goes into here and here. Nope, stay put. And the Y goes into the add and the subtract Y. Then we are going to scene. It's your fucking nightmare. This should be the custom depth. All right. Custom depth. And this is going to be the UVs of this. Okay. And we'll just mount all of these together. So what this is doing is it's taking every pixel that's on the screen and it's looking at how the resolution of the screen and then taking this thickness. And what it's going to do is it's going to look to every pixel to the right of the pixel and every pixel to the left of the pixel by adding 1 and subtracting 1. And then it's also going to take the Y and look at every pixel above it and below it. And it's going to then shift these things all onto each other. So it's kind of like taking your render and just kind of shifting it 1 pixel in every direction. Then what we want to do... I got a sneeze coming. Pardon me. So the next thing that we want to do is to just subtract this from itself. Right click, right click, subtract. And we'll make 2 of these things. So I'm going to take color, subtract the color. Color, subtract the color. And then what we need to do is mask this out. Because we only need, this is again an RGB color here. So we're going to component mask this, component mask. So we just get a black and white image, which we'll do for both of these things. Come on. There you go. Okay, so this is the height, and this is the, this is up and down, this is left and right. And then what we're going to do is divide this. And we're going to divide this one. And what we're going to divide them by is a parameter that we can play with. And so the idea, let's create a scalar here. S, damn it, I hold S too long. Fresh, hold. And we'll just give this a really big number like that for now. And this will go into the divisor. And that's going to really, really truncate what we're playing with. Like so. Move this over a little bit. And then we're going to take the absolute value of that and the absolute value of this. And we're going to then floor it. And floor it. And then we're going to just add those things together. Okay, and then to make sure that they don't go above 1 or below 0, we'll do this. Okay, and then we're going to add a lerp. And this is going to be the alpha of the lerp. And then what we want to do is take our scene color. I think I'm going to have to mask that as well, if I'm not mistaken. This will go in here. And then I'm going to add a vector parameter, which is outline color. And the outline color goes into here, and then this all goes into the emissive. So yeah, so this is, it doesn't like this. So we're going to component mask and allow everything with the alpha through, if there's alpha in that. Like so. Node scene texture, scene color. It doesn't like that one. Post-process input 0. U. Okay, and now you should work. So I'm seeing a render here, which is good. We're going to go give this a color, which was 0.5, 0.25, and 0.1. And that's my glow color. I actually wouldn't mind inverting that color. Which would make this 0.75 and 0.9. Okay, we're going to see how that works. I'm going to put it here. So now that I've got this post-process material, I'm going to go to the post-process material, and we'll kill this. And we're going to go to the material. This is going to be an asset reference. And that's where I can drag this guy. Boink. And now, if I hit play, we should get that little blue outline back. Provided I'm actually targeting this material, which I'm not at the moment. So that's in here. Turns off highlight when objects when using an item. Somewhere in here was turn on highlight. Mouse. No. Do the throw in my causes the highlight of the items when hovered over. You don't need to bother. No, it's not in here. Doodly doodly doo. Wish I was too dead to care, if indeed I cared at all. So what I'm looking for here is the section I just had open a second ago, which was the place where it's changing the color. Nope. For this I gave up trying, one good turn deserves my dying. Get usable actor. Highlight an item that you can take. Okay. If this is change examine cursor, change cursor back, end focus. Begin focus. This guy. Set render custom depth pass. Okay, I want to just see that my outline is working here. So I'm going to grab an asset. Custom depth pass enabled. Instead of live, zombie hides my face. One. That, appending 0. Making sure that I haven't screwed up any of my math here somewhere. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I don't need to be. I won't let go till it bleeds. Once I hold on, I never live down my deceits. Okay, this is correct. Pick a base here. This is setting custom depth fast to be on when the object is targeted. So that's right. Gotta be a better way of doing this. There in me something in. Oh, I wanna be inside. Stand rains down and here I stand. Oh, value's true. It's the stencil number. This should be custom. It's my material. I'm feeling so small. Yeah, let's try this. Let's go find this asset. Let's put the custom depth on in here. Apparently we cannot put the custom depth on in here. Okay, so anyway, let's grab that mesh again. This guy. Go into the material and use that mesh. I have been guilty of kicking myself in the teeth. Down in a hole, feeling so small. I'd like to fly. My wings have been torn in half. There in me some. Oh, I want. Pardon me. Oh, I wanna be inside. inside of you. I'm disappointed that I deleted this material that I badly need. And while I can create an outline material, knowing how this one was actually set up, I'm down in a hole, losing so small. Down in a hole. Down like to fly. Okay. Let's see if I can do this a different way. This. Oh, hold on. I'm in the copied project. I need to remember that because I'm going to remove the other project. So unsure. Okay, where did I put this material? Yeah, see, I think that post-process material used to be right here. In your eyes. This guy. Where's this guy go? No, this guy. Where did I put that? Blueprints. I put it here. I should have known better than to cheat a friend. The way I dance with you. I'm gonna hit save all. Okay, save all those. Let's close this. Pretty sure I didn't edit that. That's why I don't want to save that. And then I'm going to reopen the project with the new outlines on it. I'm going to follow. I just found a really cool tutorial that somebody wrote that actually isn't just an outline, but it's kind of a soft, blurry outline that looks way better than what I was actually using. And so I think I might go and do this. And waste a chance that I'd been given. What the? Copy. Content. This. Now who's gonna dance with me? I never wanna dance again. I'm very confused why this didn't work. Oh no, there they are. Duh. But I'm in the wrong folder. Okay. So let's go and put those. This is just the instance. Whoa, whoa. Let's go back in here and find our post-process volume. And should you not look the same as the other one? Throw this here. Okay, and then this. Okay, so this is a little concerning. Because this thing should be glowing here in the map. And it is not. Uh, 252. I do not understand. Why is it all no blown out now again? Oh, and now it's working. What the shit, man? Persistent. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I think it's tinting the bubble gum because the bubble gum is on it. Yeah, that's fucking weird. Okay, let's put the bubble gum back. I'm not concerned about that because this already has the outline. So the post-process volume has to be in each map, which is why I had so many of them in the first place. I feel like an idiot. Levels. Okay, I'm in the persistent. Let me see how to do this with one UE4 post process volume across all levels. Okay, so there is no cost associated with having more than one of these things. So I'm going to copy it. Go into Cabin in the Woods and paste it. And yes, I shall save. Go to the ending map and paste it. Yes, I shall save. And I'll paste it in here. Now we can go back here. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this off. This should be custom. Just play this map. Okay, and the outline is working again. Exactly the way it should. Yeah. Okay, so save all. So you don't act like a fucking idiot and delete all that shit again. I tell you, I was at the point where this shit was all done. You know, I think I've broken more tonight. Okay, so now I'm going to go into that material. And I should have me a vector in here. There we are. So these are the colors that I'm using. I'm going to switch the green one, which is currently the one that I'm using. And I'm going to go put that back on my value, which is 0.5, 0.75, and 0.9. We'll save that. So what that's going to give me is the opposite color of the main color I have on everything. So it's this kind of light blue tinge that you see here. Which is good. It's on the color wheel, it's directly opposite the main orange color that I've got on everything. Another good reason why you want to have all of these colors worked out. The other thing I'm going to do here with this material is clean it up. Get rid of the shit I don't need. We'll save this. Just make sure that didn't actually break anything. But I think all I did was just get rid of the other values that were in there. So this is doing exactly what I wanted to. Still. Which is good. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is attempt to kind of blur this thing out. Now this is going to be a little risque. Actually, you know what I want to do before I do anything? I'm going to go back to the persistent map and play this again, because I need to make sure that outlines are not bound by the level of difficulty. Or the level of quality. And so that even when you're playing in the dumbed down version, there should still be outlines, which is crazy important that those work. And they do. Okay, so we'll put the scalability back to epic here. Okay. So the idea now is to set up a new, let's go back to where these materials are. So I'm going to set up a new material function. which is just going to be a blur. MF for material function underscore outline blur. Okay, and in here, I'm going to right click. And I'm going to create custom nodes. I think this should be a float too. Okay, so there's this guy. The other one is the blurring. And so there's going to be another custom node that contains this. Okay. This guy's going to go in here. Okay, so inputs, we are going to need to create all the inputs that this thing requires. So, let's give this a name here too. Blur. So inputs we need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inputs. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one is going to be called UV, which gets this guy. The next one is detail. Input. This is going to be a scalar. Not called in, but called detail. I'm going to go in here. The next one is detail iterations. The world will never be what I expected, and if I don't belong, who would have guessed it? And then I leave alone. Come on. So this one, it's this. It'll be all right. It looks wrong to me. I know it's right, but it looks wrong. The L with the capital I next to it. and I have left alone. The next one is radial iterations. It'll be all right. Radial iterations. Offset. Time we've lost, can't get back the light we have. Let's bring this up. Makes it a little easier to see in here. Ooh. Might as well open these two and type in their names. Kernel power. Sounds like a lame-ass superhero. And scene texture. Even if I say it'll be alright. Okay, so this is offset. Kernel power. And then finally, a vector 2 scene texture. Never too late. Okay, this should wink. Undeclared identifier, scene texture lookup. That's in here. Doodly 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 doo 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 doodly doo 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 doo. None knew my will to play. All alone, starting to meet an attraction. That's really cool. Can't you help me as I'm starting to find too many, and I'm starting to get an attraction. I think I've got to get these names right. Detail iterations, radial steps. What scene texture? Scene texture. No. What does this return? Color, float 3. Let's set it to a float 4. That's not it. Float 3. This guy, undeclared identifier, scene texture lookup, which is this guy. Doodly doodly doodly. This should be a 3. So I think the only reason this is failing is that there actually isn't a scene being populated here. And we're going to test that theory. By implementing this. Henry and you, I'm starting to fall too many, and I'm starting to get an attraction. I can't find where this is supposed to go. My intent, good intentions. Oh no, you were not there. On your shoulder, I will know. Change my intent, good intentions. You're right. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm not sure where they actually want me to put this into the thing, but we'll give it a whirl here. It should go by a lerp. This is the lerp here. So that's the regular render. This is what's getting us the outline. And the outline should be blurred. Okay, let's try this here. Material function call, which is called outline blur. And I need a scene custom depth, which is going to use the color into the scene texture. Goodbye. Set this to 1. 1. Change my intent, good intentions. Yes, I in time. Change my intent, good intentions. And then distance 008. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that goes in there. Component mask, just the R. Get it black and white again, which is then going to get divided by brightness. In the soul, serenity. Sad, overwhelmed. 1 minus. Cure me from the sin. Okay, so if we test to see if this is working. So I think the naming on these things is wrong. Radial offset. Yeah, offset should be radial offset. So I got all these variables that this code is calling for that I just went and fucked up all their names. Let me out of here. Okay. So that guy's working. Let me go to this guy again. Not you. Yeah. Do. That does not appear to be blurry to me. I'm going to go make sure that the variables I have here match what it was supposed to have been given. And no, this one should be 8. This one should be 8. 008. This needs another 2 zeros. There we go. So it dances a little bit, but I think that's okay. Okay. Let's plug this back in here. Now that I know that works. And this is to the that don't have any answers. And the topless dancers. And all my heroes at the methadone clinic. Okay, so I'm gonna make a lerp here. Which is then going to get divided by there. And what it's going to get divided by is a scalar called outline divider, which we'll set to 0.9 so we don't divide by 0. Very soft. And then this, let's move this into the right place here. You go here. You go here. And you go here. But that ain't fun. Just get in a pit and try to love someone. Chicka your boy. Okay. There we go. So that's cool. The only other thing that I want to do here, let's go to the content folder. And I do have a noise texture somewhere. There's this guy. I'm going to bring him in here. Ba-da-ba-da-boo. Ba-dum-dum-dum, ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-ba-ba-ba-boom. I can just bring the color here. All right. Okay, and then I think what I'm going to do is create an ad. And I think it's this one. Nope. Somebody get me through this nightmare. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, so I'm just creating 3 versions of a noise here. And the idea is to centers 0.5, 0.5. Speed, that's fine. Let's kill this and create a lerp. And we're going to do A, bucket, A, B, alpha. Start preview. With this one. Okay, I deleted the node that was being previewed, and that broke my shit. Save this and close it. Stupid thing. So what I'm looking to do here is this one. So what I'm looking to do here is add a little bit of almost like mist coming off these things. So what if you can see? And so the idea, I just want to kind of make it look a little bit random and churning. Definitely looks better with this one. This animal. There we go. Okay, I'm going to create a texture coordinate to put in these guys. And I'm just gonna zoom in on this a little bit. Get a little bit more of that kind of effect. And then I'm gonna run this through a power. Exponent of 3. 2. Followed by a multiply. Well, I'm hanging on my bags and I'ma head out west. Try that again. And chill like Flint. Kid rockin', I'm a real. Rock that up and down the coast. Lost out of bars. Escort service for all the right reasons and hang up shop at the top of 4 Seasons. Really? Because I wanna be a cowboy. Gonna be a cowboy, baby. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Gonna be a cowboy, baby. I don't know why it's doing this. It's breaking my preview. Now I'm just found. Find Heidi Fleiss. Let me see what's in here. That's that. Cowboy, baby. Okay, this might actually work better if I just use the world as me preview. So what I'm going to do is try multiplying this by our noise so that we don't get a even color. This should give me kind of a might be too big. There we go. That looks ethereal. Cuffs like a sailor. Radio edit. Cowboy. I think I need it to be subtler. Cowboy. Christian got the demon. Bring this back to one. I want it to be subtle. It's too... Okay. Okay. That's false. This, it goes in here. Okay. Get rid of that nonsense. Not bad. Okay, let's turn off the custom on this. And save all. And just like that... I'm now at a point where I'm back where I was before. Guys, back up on here. Okay. Think, boy, think. What else were you trying to fix? Let me go back to the persistent world. And make sure it plays. And that everything is the way it should be. Colors off on one of those. I wanted to add controller support. I don't know if it's worth doing that or not. Okay. I think that's it, man. Right on. Left click is fire. So I think the only thing I need to do in order to get the controller to work correct those are getting reset on me somewhere. That's where. Base turn rate. Let's go find all references. Is that one? I could have sworn in the look thing here there was another. So I'm gonna find fire. Input action fire. There it is. Persistent settings. Project settings. Input. Right trigger. And top face button. Really? Really? Okay, I'm gonna try this. Apparently, I've already done this. And I would have done this for my kid. But we shall see. I'm going to use my Stadia controller here. And it says the top face button and the trigger. That seems to be what I've put in. This is not doing anything here. I might have to grab my Xbox controller. No, there we go. Okay, let me get out of here. Yeah, let me grab my Xbox controller. Because that is not helpful. kids were playing with the NVIDIA Shield, and so they needed a second play. Let me plug this in. Turn it on. And we got movement. Okay. Now I got too much shit in my lap. Headphones. Play. Okay, so controller doesn't work for the menu, obviously. I should fix that color. Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. The camera system is broken once I'm in here, because I can still look up and look down as though I'm the kid. And it has this giant mesh behind me that spawned. And I can't put it back. And so that's what I would need to fix to get it going. Which would mean recreating the camera system. So yeah, the camera's all sped up. Anyway, I'm going to replace the build here. So save all, build all. This is going to lag a little bit, I apologize. But I'm going to go and replace the build on the Google Drive. And so I implore you, if you are going to be testing this and playing around with it, try it at low and high in terms of the settings. See if that gives you any better performance. Make it like it ever happened and we were nothing. Didn't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger and I feel so rough. Off it goes. Records and you change your number. I don't need your love, but you've somebody that I used to know. And I'm done. You know what my body that you used to know. I don't need your love. Treat me like a stranger and I feel so rough. But you didn't have to stoop so low. So, building now. We'll see how much smaller of a package this gives me. That I used to know. In terms of the project here. my material instance is missing. That's what this this here is. Inside of here, where I have these two materials, I've got the outline colored, and I've got the instance. But the instance actually isn't looking at the original one as a parent. And so the fix for this, I'll kill that. It's just to put this guy back here. So save all here again. Killing in the name of. So I'm gonna do a test run here on my machine. And we'll see how this works. And then I'll rar it up and put it out for you guys to play with. I'll do this over here. All right, so it's launching. I'm probably going to get my AVG bullshit a couple of times. I hate you, AVG. Ba-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Okay. So I've still got a print somewhere in the game. I think it runs better. Down at 1920. My glow is working. Yeah, that mouse issue is brutal. I'm gonna have to sort that out. Okay, I'm gonna pick this up. Oh! The ending level. Yeah, Christian, it's an EXE, so these antivirus things are gonna fire off. I did notice though that my my ending map is baroque in. I don't know what's going on here. Let's go take a look. I think this light's brightness needs to be amped up in order to make the room visible. Yeah, weird. So it's blown out here. Okay. So we'll save that. Let me go into the menu map here as well. I'm going to do another build. Yeah, I'm not worried, Christian, about antivirus stuff, scanning it, because I mean that's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. Gotta bring this one up a little bit. Let's try 12. I'm going to see if I can actually brighten this environment. It's this one. Here, fuck off. God damn it. And what's my travel choice? 0.03, 0.05. Point one. I don't think that's actually brightening. I do not believe that is actually doing anything. Seems to be working. What's my drug of choice? Where's the point object back? Table the mouse. Enable the mouse. So I think it's here that these two things have got to be set. Alt and Alt. I'm going to set them to 45. I think that's where they're being reset. Let's move all the shit back. And we'll go set back in here. Should be good. Okay, I've got a print somewhere that I need to track down. Save select, and then that'll be it. Open the blueprint. Nothing is setting to print here. Menu. What's my drug of choice? Sing, what have you done? Come on. There you are. Okay, one last go. And then I'll package this up for you guys. Man, my machine's really slowing down here. It might actually be the encoded Streamlabs that's doing it. So I'm going to hit play. The name. Yeah, my mouse got twice as fast. Oh, why are you so laggy now? Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. Something is killing my performance, and I see it in the game jittering. I'm on the outside. Build all. I'll go delete the build while that's going. Inside your ugly like me, I can see through you. Okay, that's gone. Still building. On the outside, I'm looking in. I can see through you, see you the realers. Me. Bastard. Come on. And I'm not. I'm on the outside. Ugly like me, I can see through you. You're the real you. Building my light this whole time? Well, that explains the performance. Stupid thing. Okay, this is just gonna bother me. Main menu. The name field. 5.1. Off by 0.05, and I can see the value. Yeah. Do it. Go to town. This is a pain, man. I apologize for such a boring ass feed. Think you got the best of intentions. I cannot feel the blood in my mouth. Okay. Looks like we're done. I shall again. Oh! My icon is missing. That shouldn't happen. get through. Okay, so far so good. It's a beautiful thing. So the missing icons, I know exactly why that happened. It's because this project is a copy. If I go back into all my other projects, data, Unreal projects, if I go into the original Cabin in the Woods, you can see the icon image is right here. That's the image that's being used. And if I go into the duplicate, oh, that duplicate's gonna have it too. Son of a bitch. The duplicate has it too, but I'm guessing that broke in here. Oh no, it's still there. Son of a bitch. Ah, no, not a fucking clue. Not the fucking clue. Why that happened? Whatever. I also don't care. Here. Projects. Cabin in the Woods. Build. I'm gonna name this after the other file. Okay. Character. I think I need to make sure that it's the same inside. Okay. So when I removed all the other files, the game was 2 gigs. Or before I removed all the other files, the game was 2 gigs. And so we'll see how big it gets when it's compressed here. And it's going to be just over a gig. 900 megs. There's 1 gig. 1 gig 1. So not even 1.2. That's crazy, man. So it went from 2 gigs to 1.2 gigs. I think what I want to do is replace the other file. And I'm going to overwrite. We'll see if Google's uploading this here. Want that open. Okay, the upload process has begun. 1, 2. See how long it takes my system to upload. A gig and a bit. That's good. So that's 800 megs I was able to shave off the size of that thing. I don't know if the Discord link will still work. Don't go grabbing it yet. It's got to finish uploading. If it doesn't finish uploading, then you'll get an error when you try to run anything. Let me track this again here. 21. Getting there. Uh-oh. Okay. I found an error. I found a bug. I'm going to open up my FTP here because one of my files is incorrect. Windigo. Okay. Google Drive basement images. So in here is something called Wendigo, which is Wendigo, which is not actually what I want. But possessed toy is here, which is possessed toy. That's in the game then that it's broken. The blueprints here. Oh. Possessed toy. No Wendigo. You, my friend. Possessed toy, possessed toy. So the reason I'm confused here is that I randomly picked up that box and I got the Wendigo card. And I shouldn't have. It should have sent me the good guy doll box or the possessed toy box. And what that means is somewhere in here, the setting is broken. I don't know where it got reference to the Wendigo. The only thing I can think of is that number 16 how the hell did it do that though? This guy. This used. You can try. Let's go grab the toy box description. It shouldn't matter. Oh, this is the animation. Yes, this absolutely does matter. Okay. I need to play this again while uploading. Beeline. Shit. Okay, so the only thing that I can think of in terms of fixing this is to delete the Wendigo card and rename Possessed Toy Wendigo. That worries me. And the reason that worries me is that the system is set up correct. And if the system is set up correct, and I'm worried that it might actually work. And that would be disastrous. I mean, the Wendigo fix will fix it. Okay. This should actually crap out. I should also have double checked this, and I don't know why I did not. Engine saved. Okay, that's fine. There's no save game in there. Okay.